Lovely Peaches has went too far this time, after flashing a family just trying to have a nice peaceful post-lockdown dinner.
I have children here.
We'll be talking about that and her performance being cancelled at Creators Live this weekend.
I lost my virginity at 13, he was 35 years old.
Next question.
You guys know it by now, I am not totally comfortable ripping into someone unless they completely deserve it. I rarely do it, but when I do, it is needed. Whether it's Caitlin Bennett, or Patrice Wilson, or even Shane Dawson. You should totally watch those videos, by the way. I'll say the unpopular opinion and I'll take the hate. I don't mind little Caitlin Bennett fanboys come after me. They're not so scary. But what is scary is having Patrice Wilson sending you voice memos in your DMs on Instagram. If you're listening, Patrice, please stop sending me those, they're really creepy. And with all that being said, let's talk about someone who really needs to check herself. It's the queen of the edgy side of Instagram, it's Lovely Peaches.
I got teeth! I have 4 teeth! I have a parasite in my teeth!
Hey, guys, this is a family restaurant.
If you don't know who Lovely Peaches is, you should definitely check out the catalogue of videos on YouTube that look into her past, present, and future. I'll link a few good ones in the comments below. Don't worry, I gotcha.
I like you, and I want you.
But in a short sum up, Lovely Peaches is a TikTok Instagram star known for her tragic backstory of being a runaway child who survived by selling herself to men. She ended up having a baby who she talked about selling to some of her clients and even
But I was going to kill her intentionally, but I didn't know that I could make a lot of money off of her. So eventually, since I wasn't going to kill her, my punishments got a little rough. I would put her in hot scalding water, throw Clorox on her.
But if that wasn't bad enough, she has flashed herself on Instagram Live to TikTok celebrities when they were underage.
Hi, Kayla!
Hey, how you doing?
She frequently Instagram lives, and in these lives she does some crazy stuff such as eating her own excrement and fighting with her alter ego.
You don't know me. Girl, I am you. I know you better than anyone else.
Oh, and just to top it off, she shows up to people's houses, breaks in, and even smells their clothes. Some really mentally disturbing. And for a while, people argued the case of Lovely Peaches' behaviour being excusable because she was mentally unhinged, which is fair if that was the case. But with my expert opinion, don't know who says I have that, but I'll just say I do. I have comfortably come to the fruition that Lovely Peaches is a professional troll. She feeds off the attention, whether it's positive encouragement from her fans or a negative backlash. Any press is good press in this case. And I don't care what anyone says, I know that she knows what she's doing. She's constantly running advertisements across her platform, selling shoutouts and sponsored posts. And even now, she's attempting to make a sustainable music career out of it. Her entire content is for shock value, and that's what keeps her relevant and will undoubtedly result in her having to do more and more shocking things until eventually she's arrested and handed a very serious jail sentence. And with that being said, let's actually talk about what happened this weekend, starting with Creators Live. So Creators Live made the downright stupid decision of hosting a crowded event full of preteens during a pandemic. But you know what was missing? What was missing was a serial flasher, and that's what they did the unthinkable and literally invited a serial flasher to the event, full of kids. Great idea. There were a large group of kids and none of them were even wearing masks or socially distancing. Would I normally expect much from dodgy TikTok event cash grabs? No? Whoever ran this event really needs to reevaluate their integrity. Some of the known celebrities that were there were TikTok star Diego Mater, known for his Oscar-winning performance in Attaway General as International Man of Mystery and Drug Cartel.
In prison, you're never supposed to ask about the crime. Come on, dude. You're the last one. You have to eat.
He and Lovely Peaches were playing up they had this romance going, despite Diego technically only being 16 and Peaches being 19, which was creepy as hell.
Hi, Daddy.
Lovely Peaches was met in every room with more fans cheering than cumulative IQ points of the whole event. And that's saying something.
You're so bad! And baby, I want you so bad, yeah.
Several times Peaches went on the panel, kept coming out with really inappropriate comments.
I lost my virginity at 13. He's 35 years old. So...
And this went on for a while. She was being egged on by the audience and the other panelists before the mic was eventually snatched off her for obvious reasons.
My story, yes, I'm a and I be sucking that. Honestly, I don't know. I have every night. I'm always sucking. I'm always getting it.
Next question, please.
Derek, I have a real good question. So how are you in
I'm a good friend.
And then people started acting crazy and said that the man tried to shut Peaches down, but it actually turned out that apparently she was planning on stripping naked while performing on stage, so I'm very glad it was cancelled in the end. Too little too late, but better than nothing, I suppose. Now this all happened on Saturday the 20th of June, but let's just dial it back a bit and rewind to Friday evening to see where this all began. Lovely Peaches was in her hotel room and she was ranting about Mula not being nice to her despite her being a fan and because she called her fat.
She keeps calling me fat, but what's that supposed to mean? What's wrong with being plus size?
And I know what you're thinking, it's not nice to call anyone fat, and I agree with that. But we need to remember that this is the girl that Lovely Peaches was rejected by, and she broke into her house and sniffed her worn clothes, and then flashed her on Instagram Live. She was actually quite calm, which is unusual for Lovely Peaches, but I think we're getting to see a small glimpse behind the facade that is Lovely Peaches' persona. What we're seeing is Brittany Johnson, the real Lovely Peaches, taking personal offence over a comment that if it was made by anyone else online, it would have been water off a duck's back. We are seeing a real hurt young girl feeling rejected by someone that she thought could validate her existence. The rant eventually finishes with some tears. But here is where it gets crazy. The following morning, Lovely Peaches went to do what any other normal girl would do and do some shopping therapy.
I just got some thongs, a lot of them. So there's gonna be a lot of twerk videos coming y'all way.
And we, of course, anyone who follows her on Instagram, was kindly presented with these explicit images and videos following the shopping spree. And look, I wish I could say this is where it ended, but unfortunately for the patrons of a family restaurant, that wasn't the case.
I have children here.
Lovely Peaches and her friends went to this restaurant to get some food before the event that evening, but while Lovely Peaches was in the line, she begins to show everyone what she had purchased. Not very appropriate considering there's kids right in front of them and they can see clearly what's happening. But it doesn't end there. Lovely Peaches begins creating a big scene once she's seated. And of course this eventually gets the attention of some of the patrons in the restaurant, and some of them come over and kindly ask to keep quiet, but at this point Lovely Peaches begins to taunt the woman.
Karen!
Look, I hate a Karen as much as the next person. But come on, that woman is obviously just annoyed that she's went out to have a meal with her children and Lovely Peaches is behaving like this in front of them. Lovely Peaches and the Edge squad that she's with begin to leave, but just before she goes, she does this.
Look at that. Man, you're gonna have to leave, please. I have children here. Sorry, guys.
I know what you're thinking. What the f***? It's so messed up, but what's even weirder is that every time I watch the video, I still find something different that I never noticed before happening. The first thing is the fact that there is children watching this. Second is the moment everyone realizes what's happening. Third is the weird creepy laugh Lovely Peaches does the whole time that she's twerking.
Look at that.
You can actually pinpoint the moment when one of the servers sees what's happening and tells the manager, who runs over quickly to ask them to leave. And finally, if you actually look at Peach's face, she sure is hell laughing, but she actually looks like she's dying inside, which tells me that she knows what she's doing is wrong. You can be laughing as hard as you want, but our brain has subtle ways of showing people how we truly feel inside through facial expressions and body language. And this isn't the face of someone that is particularly proud of themselves. But despite her clearly knowing it's wrong, Peaches is using this to show everyone how edgy and cool she is, and has literally spent all weekend advertising the video in her Instagram story. She knows what she's doing. Lovely Peaches has been bleeding followers on Instagram all month, and look what happened the very minute she posted this video. She has amassed over 50,000 new followers just from this video alone. She has got the attention that she was craving. It just cost her morals, self-respect and dignity, but sure, who could put a price on that? Look, we could do a case story of her entire existence on the internet, but this right here, what we've just examined in this video, is enough to tell me exactly what I need to know about who Lovely Peaches is. Lovely Peaches, on her quest for fame, is reaching an absolute breaking point. This is a girl that just wants to be like other TikTok stars, like the one she craves validation from. Having numbers isn't everything. The goal isn't everything. How you get there matters too. Please stop feeding this woman. The more followers she has, the more all these fame-hungry TikTokers will interact with her and events will book her, which will just encourage this behaviour. I just want to end this video, guys, with a message for Lovely Peaches, so please send this video to her on Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. Make sure she sees this video. Lovely Peaches, if you're watching this video, you need to understand that everything you're doing will be on the internet for the rest of your life. When your 15 minutes of fame come and goes, you will be left with nothing but these videos haunting you wherever you go. You've clearly had a very tough ride so far, and you know how to captivate people. You can make a change and stop now and use your platform for good and make something for yourself. You clearly have a talent for the craft. People genuinely support you, but you're walking down a dark path, and I don't think you'll ever be able to come back from it if it gets serious. If not for yourself, do it for all the young kids that are watching and looking up to you thinking what you're doing is normal behaviour. And it's not.